And then what I usually do is I go on Discord and then hey, I'm streaming. Because usually people don't come in, at least for the first. Why did I spell it like that?
I just got a notification. You're streaming.
Oh, nice. And I have my other one. I bet this is not interesting. That's me.
Okay. That's the only notification I have turned on my phone.
Oh. Well, geez. That's adorable. Okay. Who the hell? Well, awesome. Okay. Sugar Cube, if you're here, thank you for following. I don't think you are, but thanks. My goal got completed. All right. And then, I did swab these, but...
I want your germs.
Oh, you want my ear germs?
Put them back on there.
Oh, Sugar Cube, you are here. I'm alive after all the time. You lost the game. I don't get affected by that. Do you get affected by losing the game? Miss Dia? Detective? I'll adjust it once it starts doing things. Well, welcome, Sugar Cube. Thank you for following and getting me to certain things. Now, I do want to, well, I don't need subtitles. Okay. I'm sure all of this is fine. I just like ruining people's day with that simple line. That's fair. I'm glad you get joy out of ruining people's day. It's fine. Boom. Look how tech savvy I am. Okay, so I'm sure we could just figure this out as we go on, but who do you want to voice?
I was thinking, for the first case, I'll be Mia. I'll probably do Winston Payne since I was thinking you could be Phoenix.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm cool with being Phoenix, and then you can just be like all the companion scene things.
Yeah, I think I'll take Larry, and you can be what's his name?
I'm sure they'll also come up, and I'll be like, "Do you want to be that person?" Because I won't remember their name.
You could be the judge.
Oh, I'd love to be the judge with my old man voice. Hi, Ivy, how you doing? I'm with my girlfriend, and I can't stop bragging about that.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Well, you know I'm here. I don't know why I said hi.
That guy. You can be that guy.
That guy. Oh, of course I know Larry Butts.
I'll be Larry. Unless you had in mind.
No, I just know you're gonna be Edgeworth, and I feel like then I have to be...
I don't have to be Edgeworth.
You're gonna be Edgeworth.
You could be Edgeworth.
I know. That is astounding. Thanks for your vote of confidence, Ivy. I'm also surprised. But yeah, we're starting from the beginning. I've played a little bit of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney stuff, but not a lot. Dia knows everything, so...
I don't know everything.
Well, you just named like 5 characters that I was not familiar with. You're gay! Oh my gosh, we're gay.
My gay, what about it?
Oh no.
Oh,
damn it. Why me?
We don't know who's talking. So.
It could be anyone. Can't get caught. Not like this. Gotta find someone to pin this on. We'll give you a voice once you're in the story.
Yeah.
Someone like him. Who isn't at least a little gay? My bumper sticker. Oh yeah, also I can see the chat over here, so apologies. I have an advantage. Alright. This is so exciting. I'm so excited. Boy, am I nervous.
Right.
Just boobs out. Oh, hiya, Chief.
Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this.
Oh.
It says a lot about you. And your client as well.
Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor.
A favor?
That's what I said.
You mean you knew the defendant before this case?
Yes, actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney.
Well, that's news to me.
I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much.
It's over! My life, everything! It's all over! Is that your client screaming over there?
Yeah, it's him.
Death! Despair! Oh!
The fact that you're like, oh, I don't know much about this game, but you know exactly who it
I'm
is.
gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die.
Oh, really? Yeah. Ugh.
Nick!
Hey. Hey there, Larry.
Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die.
What? What's wrong, Larry?
Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away.
The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? Newspapers say it was you. I love Larry so much.
He's kind of a fucko.
He's a good kind of fucko.
Yeah, I like
He's
him.
a lovable fucko. I don't want to see him die.
No, he's kind of cute.
He does have a cute anime crying face. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has had a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. And look at Joey Wheeler's dad. Cursed.
Is that a Yu-Gi-Oh? What is that?
I don't know. Why does that name...
I think it's a Yu-Gi-Oh character.
I have to know. Hold on, Judge. Stop this murder case. Joey Wheeler.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
it is him. Okay. That's fair.
It's been a long time.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Old hands shaking, eyesight fading, palms sweaty. Mom's spaghetti.
Vomit on my sweater already.
Yes. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in the case. Larry.
Correct.
Awesome. Gotta wake up at 4 a.m. so I'm gonna go. Ooh. Yeah, go Sugar Cube, go.
Have a good night.
Have a good sleep. Thanks for the follow. Defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Oh, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times.
Aww.
Aww. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's... wait. Oh. No. No way, I forgot. I'm trying to total blank here.
Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this?
Wow.
You don't even know the victim's name?
Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. Just forgot.
I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it anytime, okay?
Cool. Drink water. This is a threat. We have water. And soda and energy drinks, but we do have water.
Slurpin' water ASMR.
Slurp it. Okay, Cindy Stone.
I don't remember her looking like that. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
No. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cinderblock.
Cinderblock.
The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. I know that because it showed me. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor, next to the victim.
See. Court accepts it into evidence. Statue added. Okay.
Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now?
Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. We'll do great.
Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it true that the victim you had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony!
Didn't they all die?
I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you, and she was seeing other men. She had returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it!
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Passport added to the court record. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way.
The victim was a model, but she did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
What's the Japanese word for sugar daddy?
I have no idea. Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude! We can clearly... my voices are getting mixed up. I kind of started going into Larry.
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I... Should we stop him? Or is that gonna be...
I don't actually remember which one's the right answer, but you could probably stop him.
Yeah. Shut up, Larry. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case.
Oof.
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog!
God.
I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment the day of the murder, did you not?
Oh.
Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't.
Oh, he went. What do I do? Oh,
I assume you probably want him to answer honestly.
yeah.
But, like, I think
Well.
for this trial, it doesn't matter that much because it's
Yeah.
kind of the...
Tutorial.
Yeah.
Yeah, because isn't it like... They're like, well, this trial sucks, leave and then come back tomorrow or something. I don't know anything.
I think this one is just the court and no investigation scene. So I think this one's decently short.
Okay, cool.
I kind of thought we would get a little bit into the next one, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, if you don't want to.
We'll see. We'll
Yeah,
play it by ear.
We'll see how long this runs for.
Absolutely. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth!
Yeah, I was there. I went.
I love the heads in there. Order! Well, Mr. Butts?
Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery.
Oh, that was the wrong cadence for that. I'm sorry.
He zoned out for a second.
I thought there was more coming after that. There was not.
He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand.
Oh, I saw it. Ha ha ha.
Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct?
Oh, I forgot. I was gonna say, in the opening scene where this dude kills her, it does look like Mr. Payne a little bit, so I just kind of zoned out. Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Hey, you guys. Hey, Black Rose, how you doing? I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Fuck, a car accident?
Oof.
That sucks. Are you okay? And is the car okay? But are you also okay? I hope you are. That's fine. Sorry, I thought I heard Charlie eating something. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Ooh, yeah, I'm okay. The car was DOI, unfortunately. Ooh.
Oof.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. I hope you really, truly are okay. But yikes, that sucks. Ugh. You don't have a spare car to give them, do you?
I'll have to look around.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe in storage in the basement or something. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally.
Oh, just a couple scars and a fractured knee?
Oof.
Just? I mean, I guess that's not too bad considering what it could
I
be,
guess, but
but
not
yikes.
fun.
Yeah, I hope you're able to rest up, take off of work for school or whatever. Ooh.
Hopefully you
Ooh.
make a good recovery.
Yes, we wish a good recovery for you, Black Rose.
I think I read this line already.
Oh yeah, I was zoned out.
The phone that Mr. Saw used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Ooh, this was last month. I've been heavily recovering. Good. Okay. Well, hopefully that has been enough, I don't know, recovery time, healing time to be almost back to normal. I have no idea how long it takes to heal from a fractured knee.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah. You could say 3 weeks or 7 months, and I wouldn't know. Okay. From noon to 6 p.m., day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes. Yes, Your Honor? You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor?
All right. This is it. The real deal.
What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why? You exposed the lies I'm gonna start that over. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
do it.
Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty?
How do I prove he's not?
You hold the key. It is in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face.
Okay.
Open the court record with tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony.
Cool. Oh, you do that for me, nice. Okay, I know I read it, but okay.
Yeah, you don't need to reread all of
Yeah,
it.
No. I also wasn't listening to what I was
Oh, that's fair.
reading.
Yeah.
Is it this one where he's like, I couldn't go inside, but her phone wasn't working. And it's like, how did you get to her phone?
Oh,
if you
yeah.
can't go inside.
So I think probably press
Oh, would it be
either
press
the I didn't go inside or the
I'll press. Hold it! So, you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes. I mean, no, nothing. Okay, what happened next?
and then press the Yeah.
The phone in her apartment wasn't working? Yes. I mean, no, it wasn't. Right. Well, you said you didn't go into the apartment. Or did you? Oh, that. I can explain that. It was a cordless phone on the shelf in the entryway. I reached inside and tried using that to call.
and that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next?
Oh, is this also, wouldn't this be out because of the blackout?
Yeah, I mean, you could press... Oh, that's gonna be important. Probably... Can you check the court record?
Yeah.
See the time of death at 4. So if he said it was at 1.
Ah. So, okay. You're free to, like, touch all this.
I just
That's
don't know the
fine.
buttons. I usually play on, like...
Oh, it says down here.
Oh, well
Once
that, but
it
I'm
brings
Mia
up.
and I'm reading them out, I should know, but I usually play it, like, on the DS or on Switch.
Shimmy shoulders. You found the body at 1 p.m., are you sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, that. Oh.
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
No. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question.
Great job, Wright. Time to put him on the spot, or way to put him on the spot. Sorry, gotta actually read the line.
Me every time I have to read a visual novel.
That's all you have to do. Point out the contradictions. Lies always begat more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart.
Dyslexia is my superpower.
Me too!
Oh, you're such a comment. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again?
He just committed perjury, but let's give him another chance.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. On the body, I heard the time. Heard it.
Yeah,
There's
probably
a voice.
press. Oh, wait, still reading.
Oh
it.
wait,
I forgot.
There's a voice saying the time is probably. I'm not doing the voice.
You don't have to.
Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Wah wah.
But there was a blackout.
there was a blackout. You dummy! I
How
just
could
told
she be
you.
watching the TV.
Exactly. Gosh, this guy's stupid. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right. You know what to do.
I've got this one. Now for this, what do I just press or do I present?
Depends on what you have in your evidence. Is there something in the evidence that says there was a blackout? Because I would present that. Otherwise, just press it.
Yes, from noon to 6 p.m.
Okay, so blackout record I would present on...
This one?
I think... Yeah.
Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. I love these animations so much. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Yeah, defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. You see me? I'm distraught. My voice cracked. That's it.
Old man puberty.
Old man puberty. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. It's getting sweaty. So when it comes to it, who's gonna voice the clown?
I actually haven't played that game yet.
Okay, well, we'll have to rock paper, scissors when we get to it. I love clowns.
Yeah, she's cute. I like her. But then that one video came out, and I don't know.
What do you mean? What video? What video?
There was a fan animation video that came out that was pervy about her clown titties.
No! I don't want clown titties. I don't want clown as an adjective. There was a table clock in the apartment. It wasn't there. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. But it wasn't a clock. It was the thing. Dumb man. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Got you. I got you, buddy. Dummy.
I think it's on the statement before this.
Before?
Because it talks about the clock specifically. Then you're like, oh, it's not a clock.
Ah.
I mean, it could be the
this one. That's the one thing about this game where it's like, how picky is it?
Yeah, it's like gonna be finicky about which one you exactly present on.
Oh, should I press or should I present?
I think you should present the statue. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll just kick you off the stream.
Alright, that's fair. Understandable, have a nice day.
Goodbye, go sit over there on the floor. Or like you have to sit here but you can't talk.
I have to go upstairs and watch the stream on my phone.
You just hear like a distant echo of the stream. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Why, you with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Muffled shouting through walls. I mean, that's what my roommate has to deal with when I stream, so... Yeah. Also, Demon Slayer, hello. Hello, Warren. How you doing? Wow, lots of people here. Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It. Hey, I saw it there, okay? It's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I am good at my new work. How are you? I'm doing good. Streaming with my girlfriend.
Hello.
I'm just gonna say that every time someone asks how I am on the stream. I'm very excited. I see. So, the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Oh. Just as I mean, technically, but do we have evidence for it?
Well, I mean, I don't have any problems with it being a clock. I feel like I would say no, but I think the answer might be yes, but I don't remember why. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
Well, he says you have to twist it.
Oh yeah, because they touched it, so that
how
means
would,
you went.
Why would he be touching it before?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I might be wrong, and then you're allowed to kick me off the stream. Don't say gaping hole, Phoenix. This is why you're on Tumblr, for things like this. Ooh, nice. My BF has a surprise for me when I get on VR chat tonight, so I'm excited for that.
Ooh.
Aww. Yeah, what kind of surprise is that? I'm excited. Tell me about that in the Discord once it happens. Sam Regal, he's gonna mention gaping holes. Alright. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Your roomie is usually Winston Payne when we play together.
I love that. Oh, you don't know what kind of surprise it is. Oh, so it could be any kind of surprise. I hope it's a sexy surprise, because I think that's maybe the funniest answer. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saw It. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. Oh, I had a burp. Alright. Anyway, that's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never! Look, I had the clock, I heard, Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you, I saw him! He killed her and then he should burn! Burn! Give him death! This is based. Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright. I hope so, too, because he's been testing me. I fulfill my end of the deal he made. Ooh.
It's ominous.
Yes, I like the way that's worded. That's so ominous. Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think.
Start voicing him like Sonic.
Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sod heard was definitely the clock. A fact which is clear if you simply
Try sounding the clock, yeah.
Gotta object fast. I read that as gotta object fart. Which is my new bumper sticker. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he's the thinker after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conditions? In 2024, gotta object fart. Yes, alright. The new merch is coming out. For my 2024 tour. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25. Ah!
Can't say what the deal was because it's not safe for work. On VR chat? Oh my gosh. Whew, it's getting hot in here. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like this clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? Again, a blackout. If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical... No, it's not, though. Hold on. Sir, sorry. I def plugged it in. Oh. Tell them some fun Phoenix Wright facts.
No.
Incorrect. False.
Here we go. that work?
That did work. It just was not plugged in. Ooh, 6%.
Close one. It's the
Whew.
intense music and the intense battery
Yeah, I
being
started
out.
sweating. There should be a parody of this game where you can use the Uno reverse card. I mean, I think... Sorry, I keep pulling on
It's
this.
fine.
I guess that's just Edgeworth and his autopsy reports. Yeah, also Demon Slayer have a good time with work. Anyway, alright. It seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict?
I think so. Why are you asking the dyslexic person? Okay, no, that doesn't affect my pronunciation of things.
Indict. You cannot indict the witness. Unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawyer. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Ugh, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry, I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. That's a big pause. So Larry's gonna die.
Not so fast, Mr.
Oh.
Saw It.
Chief.
Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think!
But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow, and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right?
Haha.
Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
The blackout?
No.
No?
I mean, yeah, the answer is yes, but that's not why.
Oh.
If you want to check the court record,
Oh, yeah.
there might be something in there. Yeah, it's the one before the passport. Read about the passport.
Wait, read about the passport?
Yeah, read what it says.
Oh, wait, she took the clock with her?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird, but... oh, that makes so much more sense. Alright. Wait, maybe I can prove it.
You must have the evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ah, tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. What?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Take that. The victim had just returned home from the Hold on. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. Ah, the clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast.
Okay.
Fine. No, I'm so quiet. No one knows. Oh god, I did it again.
Drop something.
Oh god.
I got it.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm sorry I keep like yanking this. It's not even like me fixing it in my ear, it's also tugging it out of my ear. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Objection, Butterfingers. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawt? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Can you imagine if lawyers actually talked? Ugh. What he gonna? Oh, rabies. Order, order! I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness.
He was arrested and taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly, and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts,
Stinky.
not stinky. Oh, can you imagine if they also threw confetti?
Yeah.
So good.
Someone is dead.
Yeah, oh yeah, someone died. And someone's gonna be in jail forever.
Her parents are probably at the trial. And we're throwing confetti.
That's so funny to me. Oh my gosh, I want to live in this universe.
No.
Yes, where just anyone can be a lawyer. Phoenix doesn't know anything about lawyering. He needed a tutorial. This is his job. Anyway. And with that, this court is adjourned.
He needs a tutorial every game.
So next game when he's like, I've solved 10 million cases and I'm the best detective, or I'm the best lawyer out there. He's still like, I don't know what does guilty mean? What's a defendant? He still needs a...
We still have a tutorial case.
Phoenix. It turns out that Frank Sod was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see where people were when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sod let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sod grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Oh, I still can't believe we won.
Right. Good job in there. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note.
I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. Is she a police chief?
Oh, no, I think he's just calling her chief. She's also a lawyer.
Oh, gotcha.
He works under her, so she owns the law office that he works at.
Gotcha. Oh, new TF2s.
Spoilers!
Yeah, spoilers. Hold on. I'm gonna turn on my fancy laptop fan. Also, I'm leaving sweat marks on my laptop.
You're too hot for this stream.
Oh! I mean, I am sweaty, like, all the time. I am either sweaty or shivery, there's no in between. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel.
My life is over!
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good. Wait, no, I mean bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever.
Larry, she was a... never mind.
Congratulations, Harry. Harry?
I thought she was talking to us for a second.
Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this. Ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat.
Yes.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present.
Oh.
A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her.
Aw.
I made one for her and one for me. Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento.
I'll keep it until the day I die.
And she did.
Also, confetti kazoos, obscure references, you betcha.
Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick.
I hate how wide his mouth is in this shot.
And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry?
Larry,
Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing. Really. Isn't that right? Right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Is it the statue?
Yeah.
Why do I still have this? Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Huh? What about that clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry.
And she said that and he already forgot.
Yeah, like, were you not listening during the trial, Larry? And she took it with her when she traveled.
Ah, whatever. She probably needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer.
Oh, like Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix.
Alright. Cool.
I feel like I should have picked a different voice for him. Like, it kind of works when he's crying and yelling, but it doesn't really... I don't know how to do it when he's just talking normal.
You could just have, like, a normal central voice when he's not crying.
But he's crying so much. I was kind of going for, like, a Shaggy Scooby-Doo
No, I get
kind
that
of
vibe. I get that vibe.
Really, I am. Thanks.
I hope that made him feel a little better.
Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too.
That was... I'm not charging you. Or I'm not paying you for how good the voice acting is.
Good, because it's bad.
Well, it's already better than what I do.
Are you kidding me?
You can read.
Seriously? No.
You've made like 2 or 3 mistakes in this 50 minutes.
I'll make many, many more.
Good.
We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, and grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner on me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
To long life and prosperity. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him.
Yeah, part at least. Believe it, Naruto at some point.
That's the bayo. Is that what he says?
I don't know, I've never seen Naruto.
My sister's a fan of Naruto,
Ooh.
but I haven't watched it.
Ah, okay.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks?
Just putting a lot of faith in that shirt, I'm just saying. And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia.
It's for exposure.
Exposure. Pay you in influence. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Question mark?
No, we're just gonna keep playing this case over and over.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, okay, let's replay it. Let's switch characters. Real quick. Drink time?
Yes, please.
Let's take a quick drink time. Okay. I did forget Edgeworth was not in the tutorial. I forgot it was just some dude.
Some dude.
Some guy. Well, does he come back?
Yeah, for the
Oh.
tutorial case in the next game.
His name's Mr. Payne.
Winston Payne. His
Ah.
brother is Gaspin Payne.
Okay, Winston is a name. Gaspin is not a name. Yeah. Okay. So, Mr. Payne doesn't seem like a good lawyer.
I don't know.
Or are we just so good?
I honestly don't know. I think there's a character named Grossberg that somewhat speaks highly of him once in a while, so I don't know if everybody just sucks really bad or
Yeah. Woman?
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, I do have those expired icebreakers if you want them. Let's see if these are expired. Yeah. Whoops. All right. Beep.
Oh, I guess I'll be Maya.
Hello? This is Maya.
Hey Maya, it's me.
Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while.
I will say, it angers me so much that their names are Mia and Maya.
I think it's cute.
It angers me. It reminds me of those parents who had twins, a boy and a
Maya
girl, and named
Mia.
them Aaron and Aaron.
Oh.
Don't, there's so many names. Okay.
Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been?
Well, lonely, and it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place.
That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling you because I have a favor to ask.
I know. Do you want me to hold evidence for you?
Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here.
I gotcha. So what is it this time?
It's a clock.
A clock?
Yeah, it's made to look like a statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always liked toys.
Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis.
Now, you know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now.
Huh? It's not working? That's lame.
I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead.
Papers? Is that the evidence then?
What?
I'm sorry, I'm just a little distracted by my mother taught 6th grade English and taught a pair of twins named Orangello and Yellow Jello. Yolangelo.
Huh.
Yolangelo.
Fascinating.
Love that. I bet they sucked.
Oh no.
Also, I really like your... Is it Maya or Mia? The
Maya's
younger one.
Maya's the younger one. I haven't quite figured out it consistently yet. I'm not used to voicing her.
No, I like your voice for her. It's nice.
Well, there's a possibility it might turn out that way, yes.
Can you come by the office tonight? Say 9 to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then.
Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good.
At 9 p.m.?
Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger.
Okay. We'll hit the usual joint.
All right, it's a deal. Okay, sis. See you soon.
Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya.
You're so good at voice acting. This is ridiculous.
I don't think so.
Conversation recorded.
I think, as I voice her more, I'll kind of figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, now I'm doing like a half Sonic voice for Phoenix.
But I
now
also
I'm
have a
stuck with
mint in
that.
my mouth. I'm trying to juggle.
Extra minty. Oh, she's 3 minutes early. That's nice.
Ooh.
What's the vibe I should give this person? If you'd like me to voice them.
I think I kind of wanted to voice him, but I think his voice is going to be too close to my Edgeworth voice, maybe.
Oh, is Edgeworth going to be in here as well?
Edgeworth is going to be the prosecutor for this case, yeah.
Gotcha.
So I wonder if maybe you should voice him, but I kind of wanted to.
Do him. Yes, do him.
No,
You do him.
I think you should do him.
I'm refusing to speak.
No, please. I think I would end up doing too close of a voice to my Edgeworth voice.
Okay.
So do something like that.
Well, I don't know what your Edgeworth voice is.
I don't know. I mean, you just try to talk like a proper man, I guess.
Proper man.
Which I ain't, but.
Which I ain't. Do you give him, like, not the British accent, but
No, I don't.
The weird, like, Newfoundland, whatever it's called.
I don't know. You'll hear it when you hear it. But this is kind of like a businessman, just kind of.
Okay, how old is he?
I don't know.
Maybe Canadian. Okay, we'll go with that.
You could go Canadian, I guess.
I'll do Canadian.
So for this character in the Japanese version, he's like obsessed with America and like American phrases, but he uses them wrong.
I love that so much. Now I'm just thinking of like strong Canadian Edgeworth now.
Oh no!
And get the autopsy reports, eh? Now, Miss Faye, I'll take what's mine. The papers.
I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have.
Miss Faye, you are a poor liar. This is not Canadian. I don't know why I'm trying to do a Canadian accent when I live in the Midwest. I already have like a half Midwestern accent already.
I forgot. He's like sparkly and purple.
Sparkly and purple. Okay. Okay. No, I'm changing this now. I can't do Canadian. Oh God, I'm just really thinking hard. I'm thinking too hard about this.
I always think that this character would make like a really good drag king persona. I always kind of want to cosplay him.
Okay. Thank you for trying though. Thanks, Ivy. It worked for 2 lines and then I gave up. I appreciate the support. Okay. Oh. I don't know why I'm thinking so hard about this. I voiced 19 characters in Danganronpa, and I can only do Sonic right now.
We should have talked about it beforehand. But I'll be a good teacher, and if we get through this game, I'll let you watch the movie.
Ooh, okay. I'll be honest. I've only seen the bloopers of that movie, or the voice outtakes.
What?
Have you not seen them?
Maybe we're talking about a different thing.
Maybe I'm thinking of the show. Maybe it was a show or something.
Not a fan of the anime, honestly.
Okay, I love the voice actors. That's all I care about.
Yeah. No, it's a Japanese movie.
Oh, okay. It's subtitles.
Yeah, it's different. Some people don't like it. It's a bit goofy. I'm a big fan.
Is it the same goofy as in the game?
Yeah, I think they did a good job. I think the thing is some people are really precious about certain things and they sort of have to change it because you're trying to squish everything into like less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it's like a pretty big game. So I think they have to change some things or they focus on some different things that, so I mean, there's some varying opinions out there, but I think it's great.
I mean, I don't know anything about it, but I feel like I'd like it. It seems like it's just staying somewhat like it's getting the vibe of the source material.
Yeah, I'm
just not like the exact story beats or something.
Yeah,
so
I like it.
Okay, we'll put it on the movie list. That can be the next thing we watch.
Well, first we gotta finish the game.
Oh, are there spoilers?
Oh yeah.
Is it like is the whole Edgeworth being scared of elevators happen in like 20 seconds?
Edgeworth the elevator thing doesn't come into the movie, and I think that's why so many people get pissed off because like that's a big part of his character in the games, and that doesn't happen in the movie. That like things they change sort of that stuff, but major spoilers. So I'd say finish the game first.
Fair. Just the first game or all 3?
Just the first game.
Okay, gotcha. Interesting. And I don't know, in this trilogy, does Ace Attorney 2 and 3 also have Phoenix Wright and stuff as the main character?
Yeah, 2 and 3 are also Phoenix Wright as the main character. 4 is Apollo Justice as the main character.
Is that the guy with the black hair and the black gray suit?
No, he has a red suit and he has brown hair with 2 sticky uppy things.
Oh, yes. Okay. Gotcha. Had so much time to think of a voice during that. Okay.
Sorry.
Why, I see it right
Got
over
derailed.
there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers.
How could you know?
Oh, you are not forgetful of my background. Gathering information is my business, you see.
I should have been more careful.
Oh, my dear Miss Fay, I am so very sorry. But I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fay. Oh gosh, that's so scary. Oh, and the pointy end, too. King.
I do like his design a lot. Red, white, blue.
Or England, I guess. Oh no, she was 8 minutes late. Wow. Uh-oh, I'm late. Oh, that's strange. Oh god, imagine if that was the voice I gave Phoenix the whole time. He would leave. Huh, that's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Yeah, maybe she's in her office. Oh, is he gonna be like, no time for that now? Oh, what is this? Interesting. Wait, that's not how it usually happens, right?
Yeah.
I think this happened the first time I played the game. It glitched
I'm
out.
not used to the computer version, so see if you can move.
Yeah.
Like, did it? Ah, there you go.
There we go. Office. That smell. Blood. Someone's there. Oh god. Ugh. Chief? Chief! Chief! Oh. Who are you? Snake? Yes, thank you, Ivy. I'm glad I got that across. Strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Till finally, she was cold. Chief. I feel like we could have called an ambulance.
Yeah,
That was
dude.
fun. Okay, I see. I guess body? It's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. I think her lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. Gotcha. Some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light standing in line broken in the back of the room. Right? Nothing else that seems like a clue here. Huh? Piece of paper. Must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? Well, that's suspicious. The word is written in blood on the scrap of paper. Maya. Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store, dated yesterday. Oh. Now, I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police and find out what the girl was doing here. But if I don't want to, though.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a large building right across from the office. The Gatewater Hotel, a nice, luxurious place. I mean, there's a lot of things to look at.
But I don't think there's anything else.
Oh, I see, I can do this. Yeah, should I just get the cops?
Yeah. I guess we can see what that says.
Well, it's not.
Well, there's the phone right there.
Oh, I see. Silly, of course. All the chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she filed her case records and recent rulings. That's not interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I ever checked the bookshelf.
Well, that's how you solve the murder. Right, I better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. Looks like someone is halfway through taking it apart. Oh, is this Gumshoe?
Yeah.
Do you want to be Gumshoe? Do you have a voice for Gumshoe?
No.
Wait, is that no to voicing him, or you have a voice? 'Cause I don't care.
I thought you would voice him, but if you want me to take him, I can.
I don't care. I just don't know what he sounds like.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking a lot right now, so I kind of feel bad.
I feel like you're talking. Well, it's pretty even. Heavily Southern.
People do usually kind of like a New York kind of a thing, I think.
Ooh, can you do a New York accent?
No, of course not.
Can
Who do you think I am?
Someone who's been doing a great job voice acting so far. Can you do a heavily Southern accent?
No. Oh wait, yeah, I'm gonna be Lotta later, but I call Lotta.
Okay. Oh, is she Southern?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be Southern Gumshoe.
It's kind of, I do kind of like a goofy
I
kind of a thing.
It's so good. I'm so excited to hear that. Police. Please come. Well, that's not Gumshoe, is it?
I think it is.
Oh. Blaze, come quick. Oh, what was that? Someone's screaming from outside the window.
Oh, no, that was
Oh,
me.
it is her.
I'll be her.
It's me. Lotta.
No,
Or
this is
Lotta.
No, this is April
me.
May.
This is April May. This is what I sound like.
I'll be April May.
You be April May. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand.
I'm sorry, it's been a while since I played this.
No, I was thinking of her when you were saying Lotta. That's
No,
what I was
Lotta's
thinking
gonna
of.
be about like 2 cases from now. She doesn't come up for a while.
Ooh, okay. Because I do like April May. I like her design.
Did you want to be her? I was gonna take her, but you can.
take her.
If you got an anime cat girl booby voice for her.
What does booby sound like?
I don't know.
Do it right now. Do it right now.
No. When she pops up, I'll do it. She will pop up again.
She'll pop up.
No, she just shows this random girl and she's never in the rest of the game.
She's like, there's been a murder. And she's never here again. Move still? No. I guess, are we just examining for now?
I think we go...
It won't let us... Well, I guess it does let us move, actually.
I thought we'd go out of here, but I don't know.
It's a secret mouse tool we'll use for later. I've been saying that a lot. I've been saying the word stinky and secret mouse tool a lot.
It's a mystery tool.
Mystery mouse tool. That girl just now, where'd she go? I put her right there on that sofa. Uh-oh, I hope she didn't run on me. Yipes! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, you're so sad. It's okay, I work here.
Maya Fey.
Maya Fey? Maya! So Mia was writing that girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt? I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Walk?
Sure.
What happened? She seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Excuse me? Can you tell me what happened?
I came in. The room was dark. And Sis!
So she was already dead. So, you're the chief's...
Sister. I'm her younger sister.
And you were here visiting? This late at night?
Yeah. She said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her.
Evidence?
Yeah. It was that clock. It was the thinker.
Ah. You already knew that. Thank you. Hey, what do you think about this? Your sister's blood. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt.
That's That's my name.
I know.
Why? Why would she write my name?
Please, just calm down.
Why would Sis write my name?
Uh-oh, now I've done it. Wee woo, wee woo. It's just Gumshoe manually
Do a Patrick
making the
voice for him.
Oh god, this is gonna be fantastic. The police! Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze, police! Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see?
That's so good.
Just standing there, menacingly. Gumshoe, what an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. That was such a good scream! And here's me just going, oh. She's so cute. I love her outfit. It must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great, just great. Maya, wait, she wouldn't have... Whoa! Excuse me. What's the IMDb? 10 out of 10. This word Maya here means anything to you?
That's my name.
What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name.
Killer? I'm
Case
not...
closed! You're coming to the precinct, ma'am.
What?
Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around, waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh,
Like a criminal. Because I killed someone.
I killed someone.
that's awesome.
Oh. It's you, the lawyer. Good morning.
Good morning. You look so tired.
Are you gonna be my attorney?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Sorry, not a chance. Whew. I guess it's up to you. I guess, how old is she, by the way?
She's 17 in the first game, I think.
Nice. Well, seems like you are mature enough to make that decision. I'd better give it to her straight. It's up to you.
To me?
Yes, I don't think this is something I should decide. After all, you're the one in trouble here. Oh.
They're never going to believe me, are they? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it.
Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought.
It's okay. I understand. And I've also heard about you.
Heard? Heard what about me?
I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day.
Today was my junior partner's first time in court.
Wow, really? How'd that go?
It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while.
Yeah, the shitty lawyer who needed a tutorial for his trial.
So he crashed and burned?
One of those the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience.
Huh. Sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to get in trouble now.
I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty.
Wow, okay.
That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you.
No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia.
I know.
There's something I've been waiting to ask you.
Yes?
What's with that outfit?
Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say.
Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it you do?
Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training.
No, spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Could you tell me about the day of the murder?
Yes. Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial.
Evidence?
Yes, that clock shaped like the thinker.
One Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case?
Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice?
Her own voice?
Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone.
You recorded it?
Yeah! I forgot how to delete those things.
Yeah, give me that. So, you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone? Let's hear it.
Right. Oh. I just remembered. That detective took my cell phone. Sorry.
Oh, right, of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it.
I'll write you a note so that you don't forget, okay?
Sure, thanks. I'm glad the 17-year-old gave us a reminder of what to do. So, you're an acolyte, medium in training.
That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world.
Wait a second, you said the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too?
Of course! She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class, too.
I had no idea. Wait.
What?
So you're a real honest-to-goodness spirit medium with ESP and all that?
Yeah, in training.
Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? We could just ask her who killed her.
I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level.
I thought that would be too easy. Huh? Something the matter?
I was wondering, could I ask you a favor?
This gives me the vibes of SpongeBob working at night. Ow, it burned my hand! At night.
This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go ask him to represent me?
Sure, I mean, yeah. I feel like that's how we progress the game. Sure, why not? I'll go ask.
Thank you so much! I have no one else to turn to.
Alright. Say, what about your parents? Oh. I see. Don't worry, leave it to me.
Thank you. The trial's tomorrow, at 10.
What? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
What if this guy refuses?
They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me.
When will that happen?
They're giving me until 4 this afternoon.
And visiting hours are almost up. I'd better hurry. Right, I'll be back. You tell me about the day of the murder. Sorry, I know it must be hard.
No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial.
That's the thinker clock that Larry made. Practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. So that dark. So then, when did you arrive at the office?
It was right around 9. The lights were off and I could smell
Sorry.
blood. Then I found her. My sister.
Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. Alright. Is there anything we need to present to her?
No, I think you go find the other guy now.
Cool.
I can beat him, I guess.
Oh yeah. Roseburg.
I haven't really practiced a voice for him, so it might take a little bit to work it out.
That's fine. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. It should be examine or move.
I mean, examine the painting, but I don't think you have to, like, extensively.
That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. Oil paint is so thick, it practically gives me a stuffy nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. Oh yeah, isn't he like, I love your painting, and the guy's like, oh, I'll tell you everything, because you like my painting.
Something like that.
I remember some story beats, just not the details of them.
I mean, maybe we're not supposed to be here yet. Maybe there was something we
I
had to
guess
show Maya. I just thought we were done.
Or do we go back to the office and maybe
Maybe.
look at that? Or is Gumshoe gonna yell at us, be like, you can't be here? The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there! This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No, Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry? I guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer, and you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right. And you were Detective Gumshoe.
Do whatever.
Suede shoes.
You clicked the right one.
Oh, wait, what happens if I click the wrong one?
I don't know. I just like it. I think it's funny because he got your name wrong. It's only fair.
Oh, you know what? That's true. What a dick. I mean, actually, yeah, but seems like a stinky fellow. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right, at your service. Hang on, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick.
Hey, Dick, get over here!
Yes, sir. You'll be right there. You're her lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you'd better do it quick. Oh, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Got anything to say? About Miss Faye, did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, eh? Now, don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright, you can see the report, but that's all. Wow, that's nice. Huh. And then Maya. About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't gonna win. Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth? I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. No, I've never heard of this man. Prosecutor Edgeworth? That's right, pal, Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you know him, don't you?
Yeah.
Of course I do. No, I don't. I've never heard of this man in my life. Good night, Iva V. We will find murderers
Good night.
and voices.
Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you. I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Aw, don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case. So, Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became a prosecutor at the incredible young age of 20. Of course, there are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Cool, thanks,
Give him a paper.
I'll give him a paper. Give me phone. I was wondering, did you see Maya Faye's cell phone? Oh, I have that. You think you could give it back? Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Trick you, lawyer. Uh-oh, he's on to me. Tell him straight or tell him gay?
Tell him gay.
Tell him gay? Okay.
Sure. Why not?
Okay, I can't be straight with this guy. Oh. If I had a nickel.
I kind of ship him. Sure.
It's
Yeah.
cute. I'm sure there's an AO3 pairing for this. But what should I tell him? Something the matter? Oh no, that carrying strap on the cell phone. This? It says the Steel Samurai Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. The Steel Samurai? That action hero on TV?
Never actually clicked this option, I just wondered what it said.
Great, then I'm sure it'll work fantastic.
Sorry.
You sneaky minx. Yeah, you see that strap as a collector's item. She was worried it might get lost if it went down to the precinct. That's what she said? Yeah. Okay, pal. I wrote down all the numbers she called anyway. Here you go. Seems you didn't notice the recorded conversation. Are you kidding me? Oh, wow. Okay. I do remember the samurai thing one where you go to the studio a little bit. That one was just a lot.
Bit longer than it needed to be.
Yeah.
The payoff is nice, but not the best case in the game.
No. It's like, I don't think I guessed who it was correctly either. I mean, as I was like trying to figure it out, I was just like,
A little bit stinky.
it is stinky. I guess I've asked all the questions I need to. You all done, pal? Yeah, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you'd better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal. Oh, come on,
I don't have to
Phoenix.
do that every time.
No, I want you to do it every time. It's goofy and
It's
fun.
funny.
And that's, that's the voice she made. Where's her tongue?
She swallowed it.
She has a gradient in her mouth. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about
Maybe
her.
that is her tongue. And it's
Oh, you.
like, she's putting it on the roof of her mouth.
She actually sounds like, The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name, Miss May, huh? So you've sent her home already, then? You're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial. So she's still in her hotel across the way.
What do you suppose her middle name is?
Beverly? I don't know. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. I'm gonna pay a visit to Miss May. I assume we shouldn't do anything else.
Nah, we don't have to.
Yeah. And should we examine this room?
No.
No. I'll look at books and stuff. Ooh.
Well, hello there, handsome.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth.
You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, "Don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal."
I love this voice so much. Oh yeah, I remember looking at this and being like, let me grab it. Let me get it. Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder.
Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting, I can hardly contain myself. Ooh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness.
I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. Wah, wah. I don't care what else happens, I just want this. There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look.
Hey! Hey!
Oh, geez.
What are you doing? No touching.
Why does she have Meowth's eyes?
Oh, bad boy.
No.
You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you?
You're upset? I thought she was gonna explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside the drawer. I'm glad you look exactly the same. You witness. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident.
Oh, observe. Incident. You sound like a lawyer in the movies. A man with a big vocabulary.
Hot. Better not encourage her. You know that thing that happened the other day? The bad thing? What do you see when it happened? I don't suppose you can tell me about it. Pretty please?
Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh boy. Oh, can you tell me anything? Could you just... who exactly are you?
Ooh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me?
Yes. No! Hey, I'm just doing my job here.
You know you're cute when you blush.
I've seen Phoenix blush, it's not that cute. Just turns red. Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Stinky. Right. Can you just tell me what it is you do?
Well, no! And you had your little hopes up, didn't you?
Have you ever played Hootie Pop?
No.
She gives me these vibes. Did I roll over your thing?
Oh, if
No.
you did, I didn't notice.
I love the texture so much, by the way. I keep, like, accidentally touching it. I'm like, ah!
Hey, you know what it's made out of?
Human skin.
No. Girlfriend material.
Oh my god.
How many times have I said this and you don't see it coming?
I haven't seen it coming based on the way I said human skin. Oh boy. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you?
Ooh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives, like on television.
Oh, no, not me. I'm just a lawyer.
Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for some clues in the garbage? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers.
Oh boy. I mean, ironically, I do look in the garbage a lot when I can for these games. I mean, anything?
So if this voice is annoying, I can tone it down.
No, I think this is great. I know this does nothing, but...
Excuse me, but I'm a witness. Police witness. You understand. How could I possibly give you any information in good conscience? Me, the witness. It's just like in the movies.
Alright. I think we go back to Grossberg? Because I'm assuming we can't examine.
Maybe. Do we have anything we can present to her?
I don't think. I mean, maybe if we could be like, do you know what this is? But...
I don't think it cares about it. I mean, I don't think we have anything to show her unless the lawyer badge does something, but I think she already knows you're a lawyer. I think we're good.
Oh, I just showed her that.
Oh, okay.
And then she was like, I'm a witness, witness, witness. I'm like,
Okay,
thank you.
I forgot you already clicked on that. Happened 5 seconds ago.
I also love her suit just doesn't have a seam going
Right.
down the front, so she
Is
has
she-
to pull that thing
Yeah.
on. That latex type
Ooh.
blazer.
I never thought of it as latex. I like that.
Yeah, like it's just a normal little white collar up thing. So her boobs are just out.
I know.
It's below the boob.
Yeah, she's not
a-
definitely not wearing a bra.
It's a nice look though.
She's
pulls
perky
it
enough.
off.
And go somewhere else. Go to Grossberg.
Oh, Grossberg, of course. Oh.
Still no.
Oh. If that wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. Uh-huh.
So you're the one. Sorry, I still don't know how to do it.
I'm sorry, can
You're the one. I shouldn't know what to do.
You just sound like, hey, Fat Albert.
They say has been looking for me.
This is so good.
I can do something else.
No, please do it. Do it until you can't. Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined.
That badge on your collar. Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you now?
Sorry.
I don't think I can do him.
It sounds like a 60% accurate Yoda impression.
I really don't have a very good, like, low voice, and I don't, like, have enough, like
Phlegm.
yeah.
I don't know if that's the right word
Right.
for, like, that.
But, like, I also don't know how to make my cheeks, like, puffier to...
You could do
Like, the
the
more
Godfather thing.
noisy.
You could just put cotton swabs in your mouth. You do whatever voice you want. I'm just gonna lose it over here.
Okay.
Yes, well, yes.
And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed.
Not busy? How come no one could get in touch with you?
Something the matter? You came to see the only... Sorry,
I'm sorry.
I really could do something else.
No, please do it.
Not
Okay,
good.
the last thing I'll say about it, I know what it sounds like now. At first I was like, it kind of sounds Russian, but it kind of sounds like if Yoda and Kermit were doing impressions of each other.
Well, my sister usually voices him and she does a better job than
No,
I
this
do.
is so good. It's cracking me up so much.
Well,
Oh, God.
I just assumed that you had so many characters, it's only fair that I take him, not
No.
because I actually wanted to voice him. I had no idea what I was going to
I
do.
was like, oh, you must like this guy.
No, I just thought you had enough to balance things out.
Hell yeah. No, please go for it. I'm so supportive of this.
I'll practice something different for the next time he shows up. In the car on the way home. Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it.
Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya Fey.
Ah, yes. Maya Fey, go on.
Why the strange reaction?
Cha-cha.
Why did you say that?
I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible.
Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow?
Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion.
What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? Ooh, I like this music.
Oh, I never noticed his little pink clip.
Well, that's cute. I've never noticed his boob outline. It's nice. How can you just refuse like that? Please, tell me why you won't take the case.
Well, well, you see, it's just... I'm busy, you see.
But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands.
Yes, of course, I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye.
Creep. Fucko. Thanks for nothing, cuck. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll look elsewhere. Ugh.
I think not.
Huh? You say something?
I think not, I said.
What do you mean?
I'm terribly, terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt would take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy.
Why?
Cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave? Now, I've got nothing more to discuss with you.
What's going on here? Well, I'm gonna keep talking to you. How did you know Mia Fey? I keep wanting to say Maya.
She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in a blink of an eye. She left one day quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see.
A mission?
You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion, never looked back, that one.
Nice painting. That's quite a painting.
Aha! You've noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it. Not even to you.
I wasn't interested.
It's not for sale.
I'm not buying. Jeez.
Almost read your line.
I'm not buying. Jeez.
I think I've screwed myself over for when I have to do him in other cases or other games.
Hopefully we'll forget all the difficult voices.
It's like, yeah, I don't remember. New thing. Not doing the same voice every time.
Will this sway him?
Oh,
Or the conversation?
I think you have to tell Maya that he won't do it.
Ah.
Because we're gonna do it.
Oh, you're right. Duh. Oh yeah, we have to play a game. Forgot. Hiya.
Oh, you're back! Did you find the lawyer?
Well, what do I tell her? I'll see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones.
What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I'd been abandoned then.
What about your family?
I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is.
Don't know? So she could still be alive?
The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man, and he ruined our mother's life.
Ruined?
After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain.
So you live by yourself?
Yeah, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I would lose my powers.
I feel bad for her. All by herself up on that mountain? So, who was this man who ruined your mother?
About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate.
Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium? Did they? I said that with the right cadence.
The police convinced my mother to try to contact the victim.
Wow, so what happened?
The case was solved, we thought.
You thought?
The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with the medium had been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother became the laughingstock of the nation.
I see.
White.
Excuse me? White?
That was his name. My sister told me.
White.
Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess.
4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Should I just leave her and go home? Yes. What happens if we do go home?
Call it a day.
Should I?
I've never hit it before. I don't know what happens.
I hope this changes the entire game.
We haven't saved before this. You're probably. Oh, I was gonna say you're probably fine, but all right.
Nah. Just in case she's like, fuck you. Right. I'll defend myself. There's nothing left here for me to do. I'll just leave this child alone. She'll be better off with a state-appointed lawyer. I think I'd better get home now.
Goodbye.
Oh, okay. Game over.
What? Oh no!
It was a few days later when I find out how the story ended. The result of the trial was in the newspaper. Guilty. I'll probably never meet her again. Did I make the right choice?
No.
Will I ever know? Mia, if you can hear me, please tell me.
You done fucked up.
Yeah, her ghost comes up like,
And haunts you.
Not! I can't let that happen. I'm not leaving here until she takes me as her lawyer. I've made up my mind. I'm gonna defend you whether you want me to or not.
Why?
Why? Well... I can't abandon you. No one is as sad as a person without any friends, and you have none. I know, I've been there a long time ago. Aw, little anime boy. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me.
That's so kind of you.
Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here.
Right. Thank you.
She smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right?
Yes. And I trust you. So trust me too, okay?
It's a deal. So, what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Jump scare.
It's not even that picture.
She's just screaming with her mouth closed. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? Hey, Charity. It was when I tried to look into the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Dildo. It's a dildo. You're right. Oh, do we have to present the phone as well?
Go back to the Gatewater Hotel. Maybe this guy.
Hey, sweet boy.
Good afternoon, sir.
Oh gosh. Oh, it's this guy. Absolute butler. Excuse me, you are...
I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment, at your service, sir.
Oh, right.
I've just come up to deliver room service, sir.
Do you know where Miss May might be?
I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities.
She's shitting, sir.
If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy.
Yeah. Wait, no, hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a bit.
I almost forgot.
Ah! You came back quick.
Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Miss White, or Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned.
Oh, right, sure.
Not get my
Wait
hand
a
on this.
minute! Yeah, also, I'm still rearing to go, but it is 8:30, so if you're getting sleepy, feel free to let me know. Now that we know we can save. I remember when I played this game the first time, for some reason I thought it only saved until the end of, like, a chapter.
Oh my god.
So I was real dumb. Mr. White of Blue Corp. Where have I heard that name?
White. That was his name. My sister told me.
Wright was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? No. You're a bad player.
He's using the facilities.
Get the dildo. There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? Wiretap? What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Oh. There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this, I know it. Alright, I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom- wait, I mean, you know what I mean. How would you say
Oh,
that?
Bellboy! Still there?
No. Oh, time to scram. I'll look forward to tangoing.
Oh,
God.
that's not spelled
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I was like tangoing. I'll look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court!
I never noticed that typo.
How do you spell tango? With an E?
I don't know. Maybe it's spelled right and it
Hey,
just looks
Siri.
weird.
Tangoing. That's not... Okay,
Well, I guess maybe the ing.
I'm gonna look it up, because otherwise it's gonna bother me. I guess, yeah. Like, save your progress. Tangoing. You know what?
Maybe that's right. Maybe it's not a typo.
Yeah, it's tangoing.
It just looks weird.
Although if you write tangoed, it is with an E.
Grammar lesson.
Yay!
I'll forget it in 5 seconds.
Me too. Or I'll never need it, ever. Was this released before 9/11?
I think so.
We're getting close. Oh,
Aw.
it's him! It's our
I need a
boy.
water break.
Yes, okay, let's take
Can
a
we
quick
have
water
a-
break. Do you
a
want a
pee
pee
break?
break? Yes,
Yeah.
watch this. Oh. Okay. Yeah, you pee. Oh yeah, we're taking a pee break, so go pee or whatever. Yeah, I might go pee as well.
Hi, bud. You wanna go pee?
Aura. I really awesome. I'm like IRL. I'm in the trash. Like.
I have a low voice.
I can only do funny low voices.
I can't even do that.
Ah. That was my foot. I wasn't farting. Pooping and farting. Pooping and farting. Back and forth forever. You know that meme?
I don't think I
That
do.
old meme. I think it's like a Cards Against Humanity thing. Where it's like shitting and farting back and forth forever. So glad I got my follower goal. That's cool. Anyway. We're done peeing. You need any more mints? Expired mints?
I think I'm good.
Okay. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Hell yeah. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Come on, that can't be like the first thing he says about him. This is ridiculous. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence that she committed this murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then.
If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here, and the cause of death? Loss of blood due to be struck by a blunt object, sir.
This is the best voice choice he could have done.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's so good. Yeah, I think you brought it up, so thank you. It's also very easy on my voice, so I appreciate it. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. Tandy's a girl? He's a girl. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Oh, right, because it's a clock.
Now, detective,
Yes, sir.
you immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. That's not the voice I gave this guy. Please testify to the court about this hard evidence.
I'll take the next old man.
Okay. I'll quote it. I'll take the next old man. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed into the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Thank you. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examined what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Smack.
Sorry, Charlie.
He's like, excuse me. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. All right, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor, I'd like to begin my cross-examination. All right. Oh, I read that whole letter and I wasn't processing any of it. Okay, okay.
A lot of time, Gumshoe is just a press them all, but I don't know if you have to press all of them, but you probably just press him for now.
Sounds good. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had a hard evidence. You had a hard evidence. She did it, correct?
One hard evidence.
One
the
hard
dildo in the
evidence.
drawer.
I'm convinced that's what it is now. Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it.
You said it.
Exactly what about the suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Gah. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again.
Maybe we go to Super Weenie Hut Juniors after the trial.
Super Weenie Hut Juniors?
Mega Weenie Hut Juniors!
Okay, after securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood, but didn't we have that paper? Lab results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name.
So she's your girlfriend?
Yes. I mean, I hope. Hello, Mama Lovely. How you doing today?
Hello.
That's my girlfriend. I promise I'm not just doing two separate voices. How'd you like that? That's my hard evidence. Okay, so she couldn't have written it in blood because she supposedly died on first impact. Oh. I'm smart. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor. Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of information the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Okay, so...
Yeah, you're gonna need to present, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
here, I think.
Wow. But no. Death was instantaneous. Phoenix bite.
I like how pink his tie looks. Like, I think it's supposed to be
Right.
red, but I think he's much cuter with a pink tie.
No, it is. I think it's a pink tie.
Yeah, I want him to have a
It's
pink
cuter.
tie.
It is nice. Official Ren soundboard when I get money. And when I learned more about technology, I didn't plug in my laptop, so it almost died midstream. So once I get above that technological level, I think.
Maybe we can get 2 microphones in
Two
here.
microphones? Oh, imagine. I can't. I don't know how I would set that up. But anyway. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey? That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? I like when he breaks his neck doing that. Just the neck cracks that would give me.
Just a sound effect every time.
Ooh, did you hear that? Oh god, my spine. Alright, anyway. You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. And this is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But... No buddying your way out of this one, Detective. Man, Edgeworth has the best posture. Harder. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have the time to write anything down.
Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report?
Damn it. The day? No, it was the day after, because Gumshoe gave it to us. And he was like, I'm not gonna give you anything except for this thing. Oh, lovely son, it's you. That makes more sense. But yes, this is my girlfriend. Now that makes sense. I thought you were just a new person. I'm like, oh, okay. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being?
That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor.
What?
A second autopsy report was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received the results this morning.
No way!
Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to ride Maya. That is all.
Lovely bows. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Ooh, I'm leaving reality in a week or two or more. Okay, to maybe go on Twitch, or you just taking a hiatus? I do like the new username. It's very fun.
Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say?
You're a sham. I was about to say you're an Edgeworth sham. You're a sham, Edgeworth. The detective's a sham. I'm a sham. I mean, kind of all of these. I'm assuming this doesn't matter.
I usually pick the top one. I don't know if it matters or not.
Okay. I'm just gonna be really sad. Actually, no. Fuck you, Dick. Gave me the wrong thing. Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham. How could you give me a faulty report? Well, I thought...
Detective Gumshoe. I'm disappointed in you, handing him the wrong report like that.
Thank you, Edgeworth. I'm
Don't give him an out.
Yeah, like, I'm on Edgeworth's side, you dick.
No!
Ooh, oh, you're going to Twitch. Hell yeah, that's very exciting. Good luck to your, I don't know, grand opening?
Woohoo!
First stream, whatever? I don't know. Yes.
You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month.
What? But...
It's not his fault.
He's never in this game again after this.
Your Honor, I submit this report to the court.
Report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. May have lived for a few minutes.
Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests that the victim was identifying the killer.
I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good.
The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes.
Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? He had a dildo!
Witness, your name, please.
April May!
I forgot what I was doing for her.
At your service! Wink.
Did you say wink out loud? Also, her boobs got a jiggle. That outfit's so cute. I love it. What are you pitching? Oh, the order, the witness will refrain from wonton winking.
Aw, yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. He's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom.
Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was, like, in my hotel room? I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices.
big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know? And then, ooh! I saw a woman with long hair being attacked! The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her!
Ooh.
Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little itsy bitsy bit.
Aw.
It's not what she said.
Itsy witsy bitsy bit.
I didn't.
I'm just entranced by her boob animation. It's so many more frames than any other animation.
It's not necessary.
I was also just sick of people calling me Saw. That's fair. I'll start calling you Mama Lovely. That's fair.
Well, Your Honor.
I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any... Oh, wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you?
Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies.
Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yeah?
Of course.
I feel like there's one at some point where it's like you say no, because there's nothing.
Yeah, that's not a tricky trick right yet.
Okay, because I remember being just, angry. I was like, no, let me cross-examine.
I don't even know if that's... Maybe that's in the first game.
It must be, because I haven't played the second or third. I don't know, maybe I was just really bad at it. That could be that, too. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. Only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay. Let's see. I forget all the evidence we have.
Sorry.
Oh, well.
Did we even... Oh, I see. That's just the thing we read in the beginning. I was like, oh, we never went through that. I don't know. Okay. I guess we just press?
Let's see.
Long hair. It was the mouse.
Yeah. Press this one.
How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, you know. She had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure.
Me.
The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor.
He's right. Oh. I almost clicked that.
No, he's not right.
He's not right.
I don't think so.
Fuck you,
Again, it's
Edgeworth.
been a while since I played this game. I don't got all the answers.
Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks.
Stinky.
Stinky testimony.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that. You're lying. Obviously she saw something, but you're lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yeah, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, my Faye, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. Wow. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things.
What about your hair, Phoenix?
Yeah, you're one to talk. Look at your eyebrows. Look at your ear. I just noticed his gross ear. Why is it so detailed? Yeah, I'm not gonna look at his face.
The shading on this, since they've like remastered it,
Mm-hmm.
is a lot less charming from the DS version, I think.
Yeah, it's a lot more like, almost like an airbrush look.
Yeah,
I feel like.
I like the pixel look. I think it's cuter.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, his clothes look
Yeah,
good, but
I like
his face,
his pink tie.
he looks sweaty.
Some of his expressions I really like.
I do. Yeah, I do. I'm not familiar with the older stuff in terms of animation and appearance, but
Yeah,
I
that
do
ear
like
is
all the
messed up.
animations.
Don't do that.
He doesn't need to look like that. Gross. The testimony is bogus.
Bogus.
What?
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her, and so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl. I promise.
I wish I could do that boob jiggle. I'm so jealous. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock.
Oh.
The kind of statuey clock? The thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you?
It is too accurate. How would you know that's a clock? I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Alright. I'm about to prove that women can be cucks, too. Alright. You think it's press or just present?
I think you could present, but
Looks like a statue.
sometimes the game is a little finicky, so.
Yeah. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said that. I like how he's just not even phased anymore. You just said that the statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it.
Yeah.
Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Ew.
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns.
Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Oh, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's because I heard it? Yeah, I heard it say the time.
Doesn't have any batteries in it. So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co.
No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. Oh, my voice. Switching between these characters.
Yeah, it's definitely two very different registers.
She could have easily heard the clock.
Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... feel like
Couldn't
both
have wrong.
couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. Empty?
Yeah.
It's empty, bud! That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly... Just take a look. Right now. Oh. See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defendant says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar.
That?
Well, Miss May? God.
Tisk.
Huh?
Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright.
He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew.
I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction.
Oh, that's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it.
And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed?
Oh, impossible, of course.
I have proof.
What?
Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence... Yeah, I thought that was him too.
No, it was you.
The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is...
It's the phone call.
Take that! Take a look at this. Oh, that's a very cute cell phone. Thanks, Judge.
Oh, you have a girly phone.
Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone. It's not mine, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order.
The defendant's a cell phone? This was not brought to my attention.
I love how sweaty everyone looks. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it?
Good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon.
I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation.
Do I have to reread this? I read it once before.
Yeah, I won't make you read. If you could, I should probably the clock isn't talking right now. It's not working, that's lame. I'd take the clockwork out. Sounds exactly like they did the first time around. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that was a weapon? Hold on. Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot.
So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Judge, you were there at the other case. Does the defense have any objections? Yes, Larry Butts only made 2 of them. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. These produces evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before. Is it just made by
Yeah, I
Larry
think it's
Butts?
just a thinker.
Hell yeah. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible. Everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. No, excuse is not on sale today.
Oh.
boob. Whoa.
What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it! Die!
Cute. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh. Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did.
Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh. Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you know the clock. You knew the weapon was a clock because. Oh, you're pointing. She's pointing, so I seem smart.
You didn't have to give away the tricky trick.
Well, ooh, sorry, sorry, you. But also, yeah, she had the wiretap. I forgot. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she would have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. The dildo. The dildo! Have a look at this.
That?
I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. It's a dildo. Miss April May. You were tapping the victim. Miss Mia May's phone, were you not?
With the dildo, tapping her with the dildo. Oh, I missed a line. Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap.
This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if that were the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not.
Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple.
What?
Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... Isn't it? Doesn't she just say, like...
I think so.
Yeah.
Seems a little
It
redundant.
looks like a statue, but it's a clock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's this. I just feel like we already presented this earlier.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I guess. Well,
Okay.
my best guess. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Blah blah blah, it's a statue, but it's also a phone, and a clock, it's a clock, it looks like a clock. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Your Honor, this is ridiculous!
Your Honor, look at that witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May.
Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that, you lawyer?
I love she still holds her pose.
It's not fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is it? Is that it?
Oh, she's so cute. That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal with the final blow. Why the wire? I don't think she did it.
No,
Why
she
the
didn't
wiretap?
did it. We saw the cutscene.
Oh right,
beginning.
yeah. Duh, da da da. This is why I need to watch Monk again. They just tell you who it is at the beginning. Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippy-tapping, irrelevant?
Gah, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. Well, this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice. He has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Ha! I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil, evil grin. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn, she's good.
Well, you're not the first man who's thought that. And of course I can. And will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say. Way! And I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened right around 9 at night? Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was? Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold.
Oh.
If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee?
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy.
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder.
Ugh. So, where does that leave us?
It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder.
No, they're going to just let her walk away. There's no way I could win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. Bellboy?
Sure.
Bellboy. The defense would like to call the Helltale Bellboy.
Helltale Bellboy.
Helltale Bellboy. There's something suspicious here, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sunken quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy.
Why? What's your reason?
Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness.
Condition?
If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept that the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition.
What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Yes.
Why does Edward get to decide
Give up! Yeah, why does he
Like, just because it's not April May doesn't mean, like...
Doesn't mean like she was an accomplice
Maya.
or do things. Yeah. I think everyone's just a bad lawyer in this game.
Yeah, they suck.
Alright, I've got nothing to lose. Except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition.
Fool. You fell right into my trap.
Uh-oh. Wait.
Oh no.
Very well. This court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. Wait, hold on.
Okay. Sorry.
Do you need a water break?
No, I was just wondering how much longer this scene is going to go on
Yeah,
for.
I don't know.
For some reason, I thought that we had a break before they called the bellboy, but looks like no.
We could stop here, or we could just stop after this, like, courtroom
Yeah,
scene is
I
done.
think when the next investigation scene is a good stopping point.
Mhm.
I think we could. Oh, but okay, no, we can power through this.
No, I don't, we don't have to power through it.
I just didn't want to be the bellboy again.
You could just have a normal voice as the bellboy.
And yeah, I'll do normal, but like with an accent maybe.
Normal with an accent. Perfect. I love it. Okay.
I believe we're ready for the witnesses. I can't read anymore. I'm so sorry.
You're good. We've been doing this for almost 3 hours. We can stop. In fact, this is probably a good time to stop anyway. Like, it's not in the
Alright.
middle of a testimony or something.
I guess.
Yeah?
Sorry.
No. Are you kidding? We're already at 2 and 42. So, it's all good. Just love the color of the suit as well. Very nice.
Yeah. I feel like it's inconsistent from like merch to merch or from game to game or
Is it like sometimes red?
yeah,
Or-
like sometimes it's darker and sometimes it's like more pink and sometimes it's more purple and
Yeah. I do
Yeah.
think that's interesting because you can tell some people have looked at, maybe the newest rendering or whatever of this
Yeah.
game, and some have done like, the first edition,
I
whatever
think
you want to call it.
like as the official art has progressed, they keep doing it more dark red.
Oh yeah, I've seen dark red. Almost like,
Yeah, that's
like
I
a
mean
burgundy red.
that's
kind
what
of
I
thing.
usually do for him. Easier to find than this suit color.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. This is very saturated. I do like his best color though. I do like that color gray. I don't know what this thing is called, but it's very extra. Not good.
Well, they call it a cravat.
Cravat. Excellent.
It's enough of that business.
Enough of that business. Oh man. So yeah, I know from Edgeworth to Wright, I know all these people. I kind of know who that
Yeah,
is.
she's in the second game.
Cool. Okay. I'm feeling good about this. I'm gonna shut this off. Thanks everyone for hanging out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sugar Cube, for following. And I guess we'll see you next time. I have to lean this down because I can't see the end stream button. Oh yeah, I forgot I can raise this up. Dumb. Okay. Yeah, anything you want to say to the world?
It was a lot of fun. I hope that I'm invited back sometime maybe.
Never.
I am
Sit in the
too
corner.
stinky.
Too stinky. No, I
I
imagine.
had annoying sounds.
I was doing a Patrick voice for half of this. I think we're good. I'm good at least. But yeah, you'll be invited back. Dio will be back. If she wants to. I mean, we'll see. Alright, thanks everyone for joining. I'll see you
Thank
next
you.
time.
Drink water.
Drink, yeah, do the medicine thing, drink water.
You always say.
I feel more silly saying it when there's someone next to me, but do the things you're supposed to do and have a good night. Have a good weekend. Okay, bye.